Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tier 5 edition of the Duxter Bash tournament. It is Sunday, 28th of September, 4 p.m. Central European Time. My name is Canz, and I'm joined here with Masurus, also
That would
from
be me.
Duxter. How are you doing, Masurus?
I'm doing fine, actually. Really excited for this tournament.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to see all the crazy matchups from our Duxter friends.
Some of the tanks people have chosen will certainly rustle their enemies' jimmies. The stuff that we're gonna see, we're not gonna reveal anybody's tanks. We're gonna leave it to your surprise. But some of the crap people are gonna pull, is unbelievable. Um, so yeah, we're still waiting for a bit for Bodmans to update his World of Tanks. So I'm going to slowly go through the rules that we set up for the stream and for the whole tournament. But first, we're gonna go for our sponsors. The first sponsor is my own wallet. Second sponsor for the tournament is the Polish Bacon Crisp Chips. And the third sponsor is, of course, the Gypsy Tears Beer. These are our awesome sponsors, and we should also mention Ace from Duxter for being such a badass and giving out 250 Duxter
For the
ducats
first place.
for the first place and 100 ducats for the second place. Of course, the first place winner will get 500 gold into his World of Tanks account, or should I say Wargaming account, because of the unification of the accounts. You can use it in World of Warplanes and World of Warships whenever it comes online. Okay, the rules. The rules are simple. We're using Tier 5 tanks. Doesn't matter if it's light tanks, medium tanks, heavy tanks, tank destroyers, or SPGs, as long as they're not premium tanks, and they do not have special matchmaking like the ELC-AMX or the Chaffee at Tier 5. Of course, we will not be using any gold ammunition. Gold ammunition is prohibited. And if somebody would use heat, we would know. Trust me.
Right, easy to recognize heat. Well, the sizzling.
World of Sizzles. There's a
I got
snake
a
in my
snake
boot.
in my boot.
Of course, we will be using Himmelsdorf Encounter, and there are some restricted zones. The column 1, 9, and 0, so the second part of the tracks and the whole of the hill is restricted. You cannot go inside of that area.
Once you leave the cap. As
Once
a
you
spawn point.
once spawn
That would
point.
be it.
On Encounter, you spawn in around, the north spawn is around A9 or A0, and on the south spawn, it's around J9. So basically, when you spawn, you go down the hill and get ready to rumble. The matchups is 1 versus 1, and it is a format of winner of best out of 3 games. So whoever wins 2 games in a row first wins. The matches are 5 minutes each. We are playing on EU2, and of course Himmelsdorf Encounter.
You too. Oh.
On this screenshot, you can see the second part of the tracks on the right of the screen, and basically that part is prohibited. If you, for some odd reason, if you cannot distinguish what is 1 column or 9 column or 0 column on your minimap, or you don't use minimap at all, these are the parts that you are not going to use. The hill and basically the part of the tracks that you see on the right on the screen. Of course, we need to prevent some people from camping. There is no camping allowed. If you sit in the same place for 2 minutes or constantly run away from your enemy, you will be disqualified. Of course, there will be some situations when a tank that is basically barely breathing or is like something on like 100 health. That that's not gonna automatically disqualify him, or the timer runs out. Like there's gonna be like 10 seconds left, and both tanks are gonna be on, I don't know, 100 health. We will distinguish the victor by upscaling the tank values and comparing them. Who did more damage to who? When the health pool is upscaled. We're gonna do an example. For example, game ends, and this is a match of a T67. Masurus, you are streaming.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry.
You numpty.
I was kind of busy switching servers because I didn't realize we were going to play on U2.
Okay, shush. The matchup T67, the old T49. I can still hear myself, dude. Please.
Are you serious?
Please, you unprofessional geezer. I can hear myself in your speakers. Okay, the T67 matchup, the old T49, versus a KV1. The game ends with T67 having 120 HP out of a maximum of 340, and the KV1 has 140 out of 590. So we upscale the HP of the tanks to the same value. If we upscale the T67 health to the maximum of the KV1s, it has 209 hit points left versus the 140 of the KV1s. So the T67 clearly wins. And if somebody has a problem saying like, oh no, but what would happen if we downscale the KV1's HP to the T67's? Well, that would mean the T67 would have 120 health out of 340, and the KV1 would have 81 out of 340. So still, T67 wins. Those are basically the rules. Also, we should go through the tank selection because we figured out a system that is pretty dodgy.
Which would kind of prevent from players just counterpicking whatever their opponent has picked, which would mean that before every match you would send me open up a private message window, or I would message you, and I would just tell you the basics, which is, for example, I set up this sentence which would explain to you, if you're confused, that you have to pick a tank from the two tanks pool, or whatever, if you have one or two, before the match, and you would tell me what tank you're going to play with. After I made sure that it is one of the tanks from your tank pool, then you basically are locked with that tank for that 5-minute match. And after that 5-minute match is over, you can change the tank to the second tank or stay with your tank as long as you please, but you have to just confirm that choice with me before the match starts again. But this is just to prevent players from constantly switching tanks in order to counterpick whatever their opponent is picking. It's kind of dodgy, but that's the only way we could kind of prevent that.
If, like, for example, you go into a game in your KV1 and you see the enemy has picked up a T67, the old T49, like, your immediate reaction would be, oh shit, I gotta go back to the garage and change my setup to the derp gun because I'm using the 85mm. I'm gonna HE that mofo. Well, no, you're not gonna be able to do it. If you select the 85mm, that's what you're gonna play with. If you lock in the tank, there's no going back to the garage. We're gonna immediately start the game once you select. And if you, like, for some odd reason, oh no, I forgot that one equipment, you cannot lock out. You cannot lock out of the ready up. You're stuck with it. Well, until the next game, win or lose. Is Bodman's updated?
I've sent invitations to all the online players, just waiting for people to switch servers. Okay. If they'll accept the invitation to the training room.
Okay, I think we're just gonna.
Waiting for you, Canz.
I think we're gonna. We're just gonna see the brackets right now.
Right.
challenge brackets.
So the first match would be who?
First
Tomat
match
versus
would be
Bodmans?
Tomat VK versus Bodmans, but since Bodmans is still upgrading his installation, or updating his installation, because he's a numpty and he should be bashed in the chat for it. He should be yiffed, he should be smacked with a spoon, whatever you want to do in the chat. He should be punished. You can see
the kidneys.
Spooned in the kidneys right now. So we're gonna jump straight ahead into the match B, which is Cheezix versus fredferguison. We're gonna give Bodmans time to update his crap. So Masurus will invite the players. And if you still didn't see the video that I posted yesterday on Duxter, there's a lot of fun commands you can issue in the chat. And you can see them if you put exclamation mark and type commands in chat. And a link will pop up. If you click it, you're going to see every single command that is issuable in the chat. And there are some pretty fun ones. Also, you can scroll down, and some of them will be strong calculating skills. Yes, Cheezix. You can scroll down on the channel profile, and you can see some of them. Okay, Math.
Yeah, I'm just messaging the players right now. They're in the room with me, and I'm just waiting for you to come online.
Yeah, I am.
So I can invite you.
My World of Tanks is dripping out a bit. Had to uninstall every single mod yesterday, so the game would stop crashing in spectator mode. Just a reminder, games are played on EU2 server, so everybody who is a contester should be on EU2. Also in advance, I apologize for the quality. We wanted to bring out the best quality possible. In the same time, not everybody has a really awesome, let's say, either PC or internet connection, so we dropped it as low as we could. So the stream quality is not like full screen eligible, but it's gonna be pretty good regardless. I'm logged in, Maz. I'm waiting for you.
Okay. Cheezix is taking his sweet time on answering the PM.
Yeah, I think he's in the chat. Put me in. Yes. Okay, wait. Do not start yet.
I know. Still waiting for Cheezix. Sent him a PM 2 minutes ago. I'm just waiting for his choice. Or answer on that, actually.
There's a 4-minute stream delay, guys, to prevent stream sniping.
Yeah, forgot to mention that.
So you might see delayed stuff. Okay.
Cheezix is still not answering.
Where are you, Cheezix? We're gonna give him 5 minutes. If he's not gonna answer, bye-bye.
Okay, Cheezix has answered. Just waiting for this pick right now. Okay, so Cheezix chose a T-34.
T-34?
And, yep. Ready to go.
Okay, start.
And I'm starting the battle now.
Here we go, the first game of the day. It's Cheezix
Group B.
versus Fred Ferguson. What Group B? It's not Group B, it's Matchup B. Dude, are you high? Stop watching those YIF cartoons.
All the ifs.
All the YIFs.
I can't wait for the break so I can check my if updates.
Oh my goodness.
Right, okay. So, Fred and Cheezix. Thing is, with the T67, it does have a really decent gun compared to the T34, but the hit points and this like penetration doesn't matter here. Both tanks are paper. Thing is, Cheezix has insane DPM with its T34.
Well, I wouldn't put down the T34's DPM so soon.
I am not, actually. I am being very cautious here because, to be honest, the T67 has a really decent gun, like I said, but the DPM is nowhere near as good as the one of a T34. Although, the damage output is also, you know, different. 100 damage, 110, compared to 75, for example.
Looks like the players are on the opposite sides of the middle field.
Looks like Fred is opting for the safe spot in the middle, hoping to spot him crossing, although Cheezix, on the other hand, is opting to go around and basically just hoping not to get spotted while trying to outmaneuver and just flank his opponent. Although it looks like right now Fred is moving into position to intercept him, even though he doesn't know.
I think he's not gonna be spotted. I think they won't spot him themselves.
No, he's not spotted. He's not spotted. Cheezix is not spotted. Fred is retreating.
Well, if he's gonna go into the court, into the circle, Fred is gonna know where he is. Okay, now they know. Now they know. There we go.
Okay,
Fred pulls back.
They still haven't spotted each other.
Yes, but Fred knows. Fred knows where Cheezix is.
Minute and a half, and they know practically where they are. Well, Fred knows where Cheezix is. Cheezix has no idea where he is. Thing is,
they might be spotted now. They're gonna
see
each other. They got it.
Encounter, and Cheezix
he missed.
Right here. He has an advantage, although Fred is using his speed to get away and into a favorable position.
Run away, little tank, run away! He gets hit one time!
Has a free shot, which puts down Fred to a not very good position hit points wise. Cheezix knows he has an advantage, so he's pushing on him. He's pushing his advantage, he's just gonna out DPM him in a close combat. This is just
gonna ram him.
Fred
Ass shots, best shots, and Cheezix takes game one.
First game of the day.
That was great.
Looks like the T67 isn't so much of a great tank when going against the T34.
Well, I think the turret traverse demolishes that tank pretty much.
Making sure they want to stick with the same tank. Gotta swap sides. Fred is sticking with T67 and just waiting for Cheezix to respond right now. Okay, both players chose the same tank. Are we ready to go?